Alright, hello there and a very warm welcome to Generation Me. This is Tshering Wangchuk, and in today's edition of the program I'll be talking to a young entrepreneur, and well, it's going to be quite interesting. It's going to be, it's quite exciting for me because, for the very first time I'll be talking to a young woman entrepreneur. Anyway, let's find out more about this young entrepreneur. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I am YON10. I am the CEO and founder of YON10 Animation Studio.
How did it all happen? How did you reach this decision to become an entrepreneur?
Our studio started sometime during January this year, and the journey was very quick for me. What happened was, so I was very interested in illustration for children, and basic idea was to have a book illustration in Dzongkha, because when I came back from my studies, I had a lot of nieces and nephews and cousins, young cousins. Well, I'm from the east, so they would speak more in English or Shashop, and their Dzongkha was as bad as, well, I'm sad to say, me. I think our generation, it's not that we were very lucky to have education, free education, but then with the development, I think we kind of forgot our own language importance along the line. And so that's when I noticed when I came back that my nieces and nephews, they were more comfortable with English or Shashop, and not much importance was given to Dzongkha. So then I thought, okay, I can do something, I can draw. Why not think of illustrations, book illustration in Dzongkha for children? So that's where the first step, the seed, or what you call it was there. And from there, luckily, a month after the idea had popped into my head, there was an announcement from Ministry of Labour saying they're giving animation classes. So I was like, oh, this is just a perfect opportunity for me, So that's how I went into animation then. So Athang, that's where the animation was, where we were taught animation. So we had that class for intensive 2D and 3D animation for 6 months. But we were lucky in a way that we got 2 more months of animation from Athang. We are grateful for that because how much of our time given to that course was useful to us. And then after the training, I don't know, I think it was just luck and opportunity given, our government gives so much opportunity. So right after that, we had the entrepreneurship course, Nalu. So from there, I did the comprehensive entrepreneurship course. So there, I learned about how to turn my idea into a business. So this was even better because then I could actually form the team that I had in mind. I could actually take them and then give them an opportunity to work, and then help me achieve my dream, to have Dzongkha be developed in a better, faster way.
Anyway, if you could tell me, what did you study in college?
Oh, I studied interior design. So that's why, interior design, we had so many computer works, where we have to do a lot of drawings, hand and computer-wise. So that's why it was easy for me to go into animation too, because it was very closely related, the software we used. And then, the creativity that goes in, it's the same thing, the brain processes, what we have to do, it's the same thing. So it wasn't it was a pretty big leap, but it wasn't too much of a difference.
Although, you told me quite a lot about, how you started your studio. Anyway, still, and I want to ask you this. What really made you want to, start this studio?
So, like I said, it was because of the children here. We are exposed to so many cartoons for the children. And we see those cartoons either in English or in Hindi here. So what about our language? What is going to happen to Dzongkha if this continues? But luckily, kids these days are very interested in the Dzongkha programs, the Dzongkha songs. So when there's this interest like this, I felt we should push that passion, make sure that, because especially our animation is very age segregated, like the programs you want. So first of all, we are aiming towards toddlers, the 3 years to 5 years in between. So the ECCD children, they are in the grassroots level. So if we can give them better platforms like animation, anything that's more animated, they'll learn better, they'll learn quicker, they'll have more interest in our Dzongkha language that way, So that's how we went into animation, to mostly promote our Dzongkha language for the children.
Do you have any prime objective of your studio?
Our main mission and vision goal, we are aiming towards promotion of Dzongkha.
Okay.
And besides that, there are few more. We want to encourage ICT in women. We want women to see that information and technology and communication, not just men-oriented careers. We want women to see that this is the career path they can take too. Because for me, I am trying to hire more women into the studio because the prime object was, because I'm a woman founder myself, I felt if we can get more women to get interested in it, then, we could have a more strong woman-oriented firm. And besides that, we were lucky that the DIT, MYC office, they bought a bunch of I think they were 10 graders and 12 graders, all women. So we got to tell them about how, in the future, they can go into ICT related and, careers that women can do it too. It's just not men. Because if you look at ICT, like the graphics bureau, IT bureau, it's more of men, wherever you go. So I'm trying to encourage women too, like that way. So those are a few of the things.
Anyway, let's talk more about promoting Dzongkha language for children, right? So how do you guys go about? What you guys really do to promote or develop Dzongkha language for children?
Okay. So Dzongkha language, we have different platforms we want to promote it to. So animation is one, and the next we are going to is book illustration. My very first initial dream, and there's few others and a Dzongkha teaching app for children. There are few, but when it comes to animation, what we do is like any movie scripting, we have a script, we get the storyboarding, we have our characters, we actually have our own demo video. You can find it on our Facebook page, YON10 Animation Studio and Design, and you can go look at it. But it's just a peak. So right now what we're trying to do is, because it's a really big project, we're trying to get the government's help. Maybe at the moment we are trying to communicate with the Minister of Education and see how we can collaborate with them, because I really believe in collaboration. Even with the animation studio myself, I try to get actually we are trying to collaborate with other animation studios, because if we get the project, if it happens, the project is really huge, so we would like to at least collaborate with 3 or 4 animation studios. And I'm sure that way the project will come out better too.
Tell me more about the project you guys are working on.
Right now, the project is about Dzongkha series. So it's Sita City is our main character. So she is a young girl. So this program is actually for 3 to 5 year olds. So this is going to be a season with 16 episodes. So the program teaches her how to introduce herself, how to say different colors, like liwang, map. Like these are things children, like young children need, like the shapes, like numbers, alphabets. So in 16 episodes, we will make sure we cover all those. So, but like I said, our programs, we want it to be age segmented. So far we have the script for the first episode, and in the first episode we're also trying to get the children who are not in Thimphu to learn about Thimphu, to see what Thimphu looks like through the animation. Like there will be memorial chorten given in our knee, and then there will be the Thimphu song. So there are a few things incorporated into it so that children not only learn about colors and numbers, but they see that our heritage is too here.
You mentioned about collaboration and looking for support.
Yes.
So do you receive enough support?
Yes, of course. I think we have received a lot of support so far. Like I said, the Minister of Labor is paying for my office space at BITC Tech Park, and BITC Tech Park has been very helpful too. They have given us free Wi-Fi, the electricity, everything. It comes with the package. So yes, the government has supported us in that way. But if the project falls through, then we have like 100% support that way, because our project, for it to start off, we need to have government support for that too. So when it's support-wise, that would be one.
So you already started a project, right?
Yeah, we have a demo video, and to start off the project, we are trying to get the government interested in our project. So we have approached the ECCD Department of Education, Ministry of Education. So we are still in talks with them, and we'll see where it goes from there. Because as an entrepreneur, we can't give up. It's all about hard work. And I believe, because I was never interested in business, it just happened. And then, like I said, I was taught, I grew up to be a designer, something with creative mind. But I feel you don't have to be just a designer or an accountant to be an entrepreneur. If you're an accountant, be an entrepreneur. You can be, because it's just how you use your time, it's how you manage everything. So I feel everyone has the keys to be entrepreneur in themselves, because everyone has skills, right? And anyone can turn those skills into their entrepreneurial skills. You just have to work hard, identify your skills, work hard, then it happens. And then we are lucky that our government supports us. They give us a lot, office space. We don't have to worry about that. So there are a lot of things we can do. And then there's, if you're worried about fund, there's the YON10 Foundation. If you just have to write your business proposal, you have to go to, of course, competition, because being an entrepreneur is not easy. You have to compete, you have to work hard. So, there's the YON10 Foundation. There's so many different organizations which would give you grants, but you need to dig deep, you need to see those places where it is.
How difficult it is to be an entrepreneur?
I would say it's pretty difficult, but more of it's challenging. Okay. It's not about difficult, it's challenging. Any difficulty we can always overcome. It's challenging because the fundraise. I think for any business to start, fund has to be there. And we started with zero fund. I didn't want to wait for funding to start a business, because then you just wait and you're just wasting time, because time is important. That would be the biggest challenge. Second is getting the right people. Luckily for me, I have a small team with I got the right people. I have the support I need. I think for a business to succeed, you need to have a very good team. I've been lucky in that way that I have a really good team now.
Tell me more about the team. If you could briefly talk about your team,
My team, I have Kunzang. She is our head animator. And I have Roshni. She's my manager and my accountant. She takes care of the things that I can't take care of, And I have Tshering. So he is actually not of animation. He hasn't studied animation. We taught him that. This is what I'm saying, If you're interested, you just have to go to the right place, to the right people. He finished his class 12, and then I had announced a vacancy, and he came here. So, like I said, if you're interested, and if you see that you're interested, we give you the opportunity, So you don't have to have the highest degree, you don't have to have the best of, knowledge in something. If you are passionate, I feel you can do it, So my team is, that way I have a good team, as in they're very passionate about what they do, so that makes a good team member. Not just animators, we're trying to get designers too, because we do designing work. So as a business, when one doesn't work, we can't just stick to that one, we have to think of ideas. Okay. We have to be creative, we have to be innovative, we have to see how we can get out of it, how we can make the best of what we have. So what I had a very good office space, I had a good team. And the only thing lacking was I couldn't move forward with my animation, because we have to talk with so many people, the agency, to get the project to start. It takes time. So while that is happening, what we do is we do our design work. So when we do our design work, what we have is we do logos, we do branding, we do website, we do a lot of things related to design. So I think as an entrepreneur, that would be one thing. Take the opportunity you're given. If you fail, don't stick to it. Keep it. Of course, that's your idea. Keep it. But if you can do something else, do something else, And then come back to it when you have when you can come back to it.
Yonten, you mentioned about starting a business with zero fund, right?
Yes.
Well, if you could tell us, how did you start your business with zero fund?
So with zero fund, I know it sounds crazy when we say I started my business with zero fund. So like I said, Minister of Labor was helpful. When I took the CC, the entrepreneur course here, I got the office space because if you're genuinely interested in starting a business, they help you. So I got this office space, and then I announced there's a direct employment scheme through Minister of Labor. So what happened was I signed up for that, and all my employees here are supported by them. And so that's how I started. So then I started to get work, design work mainly. So the work I got, so that's how the zero became, slowly I started to have inflow of cash mula, and then I could actually support my employees that way. So and then I'm happy to say that we are still growing. We're growing more than, we started with zero, and now we're somewhere, we at least I can say, I'm not there. I'm not at zero anymore, In a couple of months, I was able to employ three employees more, and then I can support them. I can inspire them, So that's how it started, and then this is where we are right now. And I'm sure we're growing, and I'm sure we'll keep growing. And I know that at the moment we're just doing more design, but we will go into animation. And while I grow, I'm sure we will employ more people as we grow. So I would encourage women with artistic, creative minds to come forward. When we do ask for animators to come forward, you don't have to be an animator. I just want you to be passionate about it.
That's really nice. All right, Yonten, before we wind up, I've been asking to all the entrepreneurs I've been talking to, about their tips, about their rules, So I'm going to ask this to you. So, if you could tell me your 3 important rules or your 3 golden rules to become an entrepreneur.
The first one, don't waste time. Be very smart with money. And the third one, make sure you have the skills, to be able to talk to anyone. Don't be shy. I have met so many people in our through this journey, my entrepreneurial journey, where most people are shy. Don't be shy, If you have an idea, talk to someone, If you want to get to know someone because you feel that person could help you or you could be of help to that person, talk to them. Say, I have this idea. I feel like you're in that sector too. Why don't we collaborate, I think our ideas could meet. And then get your idea forward.
All right, Yonten, thank you so much for being on Generation Me. It was really nice talking to you about your ideas for business, about your animation studio, YON10 Animation Studio. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you for having me.
That was Yonten Lamu, CEO of YON10 Animations and Design. Well, all right, thank you so much for listening to Generation Me. This is Tshering Wangchuk signing off for the program.